You're watching BCTV. We're all about Branford. You're watching BCTV, Branford Government Television, a service of Branford Community Television. This program is brought to you in part through the support of the town of Branford.
The April 9th, 2025 meeting of the Branford RTM is called to order at 8:01 p.m. We'll rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Toohill, will you call the roll, please?
Representative Adams.
Here.
Representative Edelman.
Here.
Representative Alphone.
Here.
Representative Amore.
Here.
Representative Anderson. Absent. Representative Black.
Here.
Representative Bonenberger.
Here.
Representative Brooks.
Present, fine, sir.
Representative Dayhill.
Here.
Representative Everson.
Here.
Representative Greenberg. Absent. Representative Hartwell. Here. Representative Henschel. Absent. Representative Hines.
Here.
Representative Ingraham.
Here.
Representative Keefe. Absent. Representative Leach.
Here.
Representative Larson.
Present.
Representative Lafredo. Absent. Representative Maresca.
Here.
Representative McCall.
Here.
Representative McCormick.
Here.
Representative Nupani.
Here.
Representative Papalizio.
I am here.
Representative Sharkey.
Here.
Representative Shrestha.
Here.
Representative Sumro.
Here.
Representative Toohill. Here. Representative Verderam.
Here.
Representative Waterman.
Here.
Ex officios, we have First Selectman Jane Cosgrove, Town Clerk Lisa Arpin. You have a quorum, Madam Moderator.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, item 4 rather. The minutes of the March 12th meeting of the RTM were submitted on March 13th. Do I have a motion to approve them as submitted? A second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of approval as submitted, say aye.
Aye.
Any corrections? No? I'm sorry, just lost my train of thought. Any voting against? Any abstentions? The minutes are approved as submitted. Receipt of communications, I have 2 letters. The first received from Chair of the Board of Finance, Joe Mooney. Attention, Mariana Morey, moderator. At the meeting of the Board of Finance held March 31st, 2025, the following resolution was adopted. Resolved that the resolution entitled Resolution Authorizing an Appropriation of $600,000 for the Branford High School roof and the skylight replacement project and the financing of said appropriation by the issuance of general obligations bonds of the town and notes in anticipation of such bonds in an amount not to exceed $600,000 therefore is hereby adopted and recommended for approval by the representative town meeting. This item was added to the agenda and heard and will be reported on later in the meeting. The second piece of correspondence was from First District Representative Frank Toohill. Dear Madam Moderator, this concerns Branford Code Chapter 124, Blight Ordinance. When originally passed in 2021, the drafting committee, RTM Representatives Henschel, Edelman, and myself indicated that after a year or two, we would check in with the town's blight officer, John Rostaski. This would be to see if any amendments were called for. The group has done that, and we have generated an amended blight ordinance for discussion. Therefore, please refer the amended blight ordinance to the RTM Rules and Ordinances Committee. Thank you, Representative Toohill, and the item is referred to R&O. Okay, let's then move on. Item 6. To consider and, if appropriate, approve a request from the probate court for the following fiscal 25 transfer request from contingency, $1,950, to technology acquisitions, $1,950. This was heard by Administrative Services, and Representative Edelman, would you report?
Thank you, Madam Moderator. This was a request from Judge Chernin of the probate court for this sum, $1,950, into technology acquisitions for the purchase of new scanners. The money's coming from contingency. I believe this was an expense that came up after he had submitted his regular budget. This was heard, simple request heard by Admin Services on April 1st of this year, passed unanimously by a 6-0 vote. There was one member absent, and I would put that in form of motion.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions for the committee, for the chair? Comments? None from the public. Okay, hearing none, let's have a vote. All in favor of approval of this transfer, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The item passes. Thank you very much. Okay. Item 7, to consider and, if appropriate, approve a request from Human Services Department for the following fiscal 25 transfer request. From property, auto, and liability insurance, I'm assuming, $4,000. From seasonal and part-time help, $21,000. And from furniture and fixtures, $1,000, for a total of $26,000. To other purchase services for $25,000, and purchase services repair for an equivalent amount of $26,000. This was also heard by Admin Services, and so Chairman Edelman, would you give the report?
Thank you, Madam Moderator. Again, this was heard on April 1st by the Admin Services Committee. This is a $26,000 interdepartmental request transfer to cover for an expended shortfall, $25,000 of which is going to be used as a result of increase in services as a result of a contracted medication prescribers, and $1,000 to cover recent additional costs for repairs and maintenance. Again, this was an expense that was not anticipated at the time of the initial budget request, so it was taken up by admin and passed on August 1st. Again, 6-0 unanimous vote with one member absent. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Just a reminder, please, when you rise to speak, to use the handheld mic. Okay. Okay, so we have a committee report. Are there any questions or comments from the RTM on this item? Anybody else? Okay, hearing none. Those in favor of approving this transfer request, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the item passes. Okay. Item 8, to receive communications with respect and to consider and act upon a resolution entitled Resolution Authorizing an Appropriation of $600,000 for the Branford High School Roof and Skylight Replacement Project and the financing of said appropriations by the issuance of general obligation bonds of the town and notes in anticipation of such bonds in an amount not to exceed $600,000 therefore. The full text of the resolution is on file, open to public inspection in the office of the town clerk. That being said, we do need a vote to waive the reading of the full bonding resolution. Do I have a motion to waive the reading?
So moved.
Did you get those, Frank?
Yes.
Okay. All in favor of waiving the reading of the full resolution, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The matter carries, and we will proceed, and those who are wishing to read it can go to the town clerk's office for it. Okay, this was heard in Ways and Means. Mr. Hartwell?
Thank you, Madam Moderator. This was actually heard in the special meeting on the 2nd of April, and this was done by Zoom only, so all of the members of the committee were present. This appropriation is really a short-term authorization to repair the skylights at the high school. This is actually going to be rolled in later to a larger appropriation, a larger bonding issue. At least that's what's going to come to us at some time in the future. But because this work is intended to be done this summer, the town needs the authorization now to move forward so that they can pay contractors basically out of current funding. And then the intention, as I understand it from Director Finch, is to roll this into a larger bond authorization down the road for the entire roof project. We did talk briefly about whether this could simply be paid for directly, as it will be, because in order to make this payment, they're going to have to write a check out of the undesignated fund. And the question is whether this is something that should be done immediately and paid for and be done with, or whether it should be rolled into a bond. Mr. Finch has used in many occasions the term intergenerational equity, meaning that money that we are going to spend over a long period of time or benefit from over a long period of time, not spend, but benefit from over a long period of time, as would be the case for a complete reauthorization of the roof on the high school, should be in fact paid for by people who are going to benefit from it in the future. And that is a very strong argument, and that's why we do bonding, in order that the cost is allocated to people who are going to benefit from it. And so that's not just today. We wouldn't want to pay for a large amount of money today for a project like this, and then take it out of current taxpayers. We should want to do this over time. The counter to that, in some respects, is that there is a second way to look at a generational argument, which is that we have a very large undesignated fund today, which we've talked about before. And that is a result of taxes which have been paid in the past and are sitting in the bank today, so that people who paid money in the past have contributed to the town to what turns out to be a savings account, when in fact the undesignated fund is really for emergency expenditures and should really not be going to the extent that it is. So we've had that conversation. We'll have it again many times. But what's in front of us this evening is this bond authorization for $600,000. It was approved 5-0. All of the people who were on the committee were there that evening. It was a vote one by one because it was by Zoom, so it was a roll call vote. And so the Ways and Means Committee has approved this, and I make that in the form of a resolution.
Of a motion.
A motion.
Right, one of those. Okay, we have a motion and a rationale on the floor. Are there any questions or comments for Ways and Means on this?
I'll second the motion.
You don't need to second the committee report.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Any questions or comments for Ways and Means on this matter? No questions or comments from the floor? Okay, hearing none, put the matter to a vote. This is a roll call, right? Is this a roll call? Yes, go ahead. Oh, the mic, yes.
There you go. Representative Adams.
Approved.
Representative Edelman.
Approved.
Representative Alphone.
Yes.
Representative Black.
Yes.
Representative Bonenberger.
Yes.
Representative Brooks.
Yes.
Representative Dayhill.
Yes.
Representative Everson.
Yes.
Representative Hartwell.
Yes.
Representative Hines.
Yes.
Representative Ingraham.
Yes.
Representative Leach.
Yes.
Representative Larson.
Yes.
Representative Maresca.
Yes.
Representative McCall.
Yes.
Representative McCormick.
Yes.
Representative Nupani.
Yes.
Representative Papalizio.
Yes.
Representative Sharkey.
Yes.
Representative Shrestha.
Yes.
Representative Sumro.
Yes.
Representative Toohill votes yes. Representative Verderame.
Yes.
Representative Waterman.
Yes.
It's approved, Madam Moderator, unanimous.
Unanimous approval. The item passes. Okay, agenda item 9. Oops, I don't really need this. To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Finance Director for the benefit of the Fire Department for the following fiscal 25 transfer request. From the general fund balance, $115,000, and to transfer out capital projects, $115,000. And then into Fund 700, transfer in $115,000, and then to transfer out to the fire station alerting system, $115,000. The resolution is as follows, that the RTM consider and if appropriate, approve an increase in appropriations for the fiscal year 2025 general fund budget from $144,067,612 to $144,182,612. This increase will be funded through an appropriation from fund balance and will be used to fund the replacement to the fire alerting system. This was heard in the Public Services Committee, and Mr. Bonenberger, will you report?
Thank you, Madam Moderator. Public Services met last Thursday, April 3rd, to discuss this. Pretty clear, the fire department alerting system is how the fire department gets alerts on emergencies and how people get directed out. It's technology is getting more expensive, so you're seeing the expense to the town go up. Chief Mahoney talked about it. It seemed very reasonable, and so we voted unanimously to pass it, and I put that in the form of a motion.
Thank you very much. Okay. Are there questions or comments on this matter for the committee or for the chair? Or for anybody else, for that matter? Okay, no questions? No comments? Hearing none, we'll have a vote. All in favor of this transfer of $115,000, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the item carries. Okay, item 10, we have a tag team tonight for Rules and Ordinances. Representative Henschel is feeling ill tonight. So, item 10, to consider and if appropriate, create an ordinance to establish a Harbor Management Commission pursuant to Connecticut General Statutes 22A to 113K. Mr. Edelman, you are pinch hitting tonight on this matter.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. At the previous RNO meeting, a last draft ordinance, or the last draft proposed ordinance for the creation of a Harbor Management Commission was circulated around. There needs to be a few tweaks on that, and the ordinance itself, prior to being put to vote in the committee, needs to go to the town attorney to gather his thoughts and maybe make some alterations thereof, depending on what he says. So I am going to make a motion to re-refer this matter.
Okay.
RNO.
Thank you very much. We have a motion to re-refer this to RNO Committee. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? The item is re-referred. Thank you very much. Number 11, to consider and if appropriate, create an ordinance which will encode reasonable restrictions on short-term rentals in Branford. Mr. Bonenberger, will you do the honors?
Thank you, Madam Moderator. RNO met March 19th in a special meeting via Zoom to discuss this ordinance. It's been a very long road. We went practically line by line, section by section, and finally got the ordinance to the point where we were able to refer it to the town attorney to take a look at it and give legal feedback, and that's where it is now. I put that in the form of a motion to re-refer to Rules and Ordinances.
Okay, we have a motion to re-refer. Any questions or comments? Okay, all in favor of re-referring this item to Rules and Ordinances, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the item is re-referred. And item 12, to consider and if appropriate, consider the establishment of a pedestrian bicycle committee as recommended in the Branford POCD adopted in 2019. Representative Dayhill, will you rise?
I'm the last member of the tag team.
Right.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. This item was first heard by Rules and Ordinances on February 18th in response to a request by Judith Miller, Branford Chair of the Shoreline Greenway Trail. Judith noted that the 2019 Branford POCD recommended that the RTM, quote, establish a broad-based advocacy committee dedicated to promoting bicycle pedestrian use, including sidewalk ordinance, pedestrian crosswalks, pedestrian lighting, etc. In the February R&O meeting, there was a discussion of the options for the creation of committees through ordinance or by action of the Board of Selectmen. A group consisting of myself and Ray Ingraham was established to meet with the First Selectman to determine if he preferred one of those options. In the March 19th meeting of R&O, the First Selectman was present and noted his preference for establishing an ad hoc committee through the Board of Selectmen. He committed to moving this expeditiously forward, and Judith Miller committed to work with him on the details and mission statement. As such, the R&O voted unanimously to take no action, and I put that as a motion for confirmation by the RTM.
Thank you very much. So the item there will be no additional action out of the R&O committee. It moves to the Board of Selectmen. Thank you. Any questions or comments about this this vote by the committee? Anybody? Okay, very good. We'll have a vote. All in favor of the resolution, the decision to take no action at this time, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the item carries. Okay, item 13, any other business to come before the RTM? Yes, Representative Ingraham.
I'm speaking as future commander of the American Legion tonight on the pancake breakfast we had last month. I'd like to thank the RTM for the RTM was significant presence there. Very happy to have everyone. It was very successful. We'll be able to buy at least one of the split unit heat pumps out of the funds that we raised that day. So thank you all, and thank everyone in Branford that showed up for it.
That's great. Thank you. Speaking of pancake breakfasts, I was going to say that the Lions Club is holding one here at the Community House, 8 to 11 on Saturday morning, and it's to benefit needy families and the community dining room. $7 for pancakes. So please turn out. It's a great cause. I got 2 emails today, so I thought I would announce. Yes, Representative.
Actually, for the community dining room, I think it's tomorrow night. If you eat at the town diner, is that what it's called?
Townhouse.
Townhouse Diner. It also benefits the community dining center. So you go over there and have a great meal.
Okay. Oh, it's going to be one of those. Okay,
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Any other good causes you would like to speak to tonight? Representative Toohill. Yes, Mike.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. Excuse me. At this time, I would like to request a moment of silence for 2 former RTM members that have recently passed away. Great Branford people that worked hard for Branford. First, Arthur Lombard was on the RTM. He was also on the Board of Education for years, and he's passed. And the other one was Anthony LaSala, former attorney, RTM rep. He was on he was on the Board of Education at 2, and he was chairman of the Board of Education. He was also an adjunct professor at the Yale Law School in trial practice. So, I mean, they were really, great people.
He's also on the police commission.
Did you want to say?
Yeah. Oh, and
Barbara, did you want to say that a little louder?
yeah,
He was also part of the police commission.
on the police commission as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Mr. Toohill. We'll have a moment of silence then. Thank you very much. Any other business?
Mr. Brooks.
Madam Moderator,
Oh, there you are.
this is for TV Land. I would just like to remind the public that next month on the 13th of May, we will be meeting to finalize the budget. So I would invite all of the public to come and share their input. It's always welcomed and appreciated. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Other comments or announcements, new business? Do I have then a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
That's what a great vacation does, yeah, really.
I'll second it.
Second, we have a second. All in favor of adjournment, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, good night, everybody. The meeting is adjourned at 8:26 p.m.
This program was brought to you in part through the support of the Town of Branford. Watch town meetings and other videos on demand at BranfordTV.org.